All right, everybody. Welcome to my first video about my Eagles. I should have been doing this a long time ago, but after today, it was just so bad that I had to make a video. To all my Eagles fans out there, we all know how we're feeling right now. And to be frank, I'm not sure if it's going to get any better, guys. I'm not sure if it's going to get any better. Now, for this video, I'm only giving y'all three things because I've been talking all day about this. And to be honest, I don't feel like talking about the Eagles no more for the rest of the week until next Sunday. But three things that I see wrong with this team. Number three, the wide receivers. Coming after the draft, coming into the season, the wide receiver position was on paper looking a lot better. But the actuality of it, starting the season, no Godwin, no Alshon, which means all we really have is Deshaun, Rager, Ward, and Whiteside. And two other receivers. I don't even know if they even played in week one or this game. But the wide receiver position is not good enough. Deshaun Jackson is clearly our best receiver out on the field. And he doesn't get his first touch until the second half. I don't understand it. And then not only that, we still had drop passes today. It was only a few. It was only 3 or 4. But still, that doesn't really give your quarterback who's not playing well confidence or great confidence when he throws to a receiver and the ball just kind of drops out of his hands. I mean, Deshaun dropped that easy screen pass. I saw he dropped one in the second half, which was, I think, an up and out, an out route that he dropped. Goddard dropped the one that hit his hands earlier, and I think Miles Sanders dropped one. But the fact of the matter is we don't have much talent at the wide receiver position. And these defenses know that. These other teams know that before they play us. Our guys are getting no separation, which means the defense can just key in on Ertz and Goddard and take them out the game. Because if you take Ertz and Goddard out the game, who the hell is Carson throwing the ball to? Just Deshaun Jackson, obviously. I mean, Rager had, 2-3 catches in this game? That was it, but not seeing nothing from there. They drafted Whiteside. I don't even know why they drafted Arcega-Whiteside. Don't even know why they drafted him. Really don't. Because it's not Carson's fault that he ain't good. Because if he was better than what he is, he would be making plays. But he's just not good. And they could have had DK Metcalf. I don't know if y'all watching the Seattle game tonight, but DK Metcalf is cooking Stephon Gilmore. Cooking him. We could have had him. No, we picked J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Still, once you get past that, there's nothing left. There's nothing else. So that's number 3. Number 2, coming into the season, the one position I hated the most or did not like the most after looking at the roster is the linebacker position. Our linebackers are unknown. They are suspect. They've had moments here and there, but so does every player. But they're not good. They're not great. They're just okay. And okay is not good enough. The best thing about our defense is our offensive line. And our secondary, yes, our secondary is trash, or at least it was trash. But this year, they've at least been playing a smidge better, especially compared to last year. But your linebackers can't stop the run. Your linebackers can't pass coverage. especially after Tyler Higbee tears us up for 3 touchdowns today. Tyler Higbee. Good tight end. Good. Not great. Shouldn't be getting 3 touchdowns on you. Gary got beat bad on that last touchdown that he scored. I mean, don't have any good linebackers. I can't even really remember the last time we had really good linebackers. I mean, we've only had some okay linebackers over the last 5, 6, 7 years here. But as far as having great linebackers or really good linebackers, haven't had that since Jim Johnson. Hell, the Eagles' defense hasn't been good or as good since Jim Johnson. Like, Jim Johnson really has the best defense in our history because before him, wasn't really that great. It was okay. Buddy Ryan was known for defense. He was doing his thing. But Jim Johnson had a fucking defense. And this team doesn't have a defense. Jim Schwartz, gotta go. You playing 7 yards off and expect your cornerbacks to be able to cover when teams are running 3-yard ends, 3-yard cuts. 3-yard slants. Come on, like, Jim, what is going on here? Like, your Super Bowl was 3 seasons ago, my guy, and you don't have the same players. Switch it up. That's number 2. And number 1, probably the biggest problem, is Carson. It's not his talent, it's his confidence. It's his decision-making. He's definitely regressed because he's trying to do even more than what he was already doing years before. I mean, the offense isn't the same as the Super Bowl year, as the 2017 offense. Because that offense was a real good running offense with Blunt, and we had Sproles coming out the backfield, and then they traded for Ajay. We had a real good running offense, which was able to set up the pass for Carson, and his confidence was at an all-time high that year. But getting hurt, like, it's only causing him to feel as though he has to do more. Mainly because we be talking shit about him, but that's us. Like, we talk bad about our own. We can do that. But we're only trying to encourage him. But his whole game since he's been getting hurt has changed. The one good thing about Carson, or at least in the past, was his mobility, was his ability to move around in the pocket, and if a play breaks down, he could pick up a first down with his legs. But over these last few seasons of getting hurt, and the one knock on him is his health, his availability, now he feels as though he can't take those same risks that he used to take. He's not as confident as he was. He's not as confident in his arm neither. He second guesses himself when he's throwing the ball sometimes. A lot, and one thing that kills me with Carson is he doesn't throw his receivers open. He waits for the opening to appear and then throws it. The pick he threw today in the end zone when he was going for Arcega-Whiteside, 100% Carson's fault because he threw the ball after Arcega cuts out of his route, into his slant. Any cornerback's going to be able to pick that off if you're throwing the ball after he makes the cut. You have to see the opening coming. You have to see the space in the field and say, he's about to turn, let me throw this ball now. But he doesn't. He throws it always. He always throws it like a split second too late, and it always gets there late where the defensive back or whoever it is can make a play on the ball. And then you have these moments where he just has these ill-advised throws where they just go like 3 or 4 yards over top someone's head, and you're just looking like he was wide open and you had a clean pocket. That ball should have been complete. But that's what happens. He feels like he can't trust his receivers. He feels like he has to do too much. He's not making great decisions. And I think that's because he's just putting a lot of pressure on himself. And Doug, I think that's a Doug Peterson issue where you got to find a way to take the pressure off your quarterback. Now, Doug called a pretty good game today because he ran that ball. Miles ran that ball 20 times for 95 yards, and that was good. But the problem is they need another back in here. They need another back who can spell Miles Sanders to keep him a little bit more fresher towards the end of games. They need just another player out there who can create plays so that way you can come out with different looks. You come out with different formations. But the fact of the matter is you don't have the wide receivers and your quarterback is not good at the moment. So pretty much running the ball is pretty much what Doug is going to have to really do to get this team into games, to take as much pressure off Carson as possible. Especially because in 2 weeks he has 4 interceptions. In the last 3 seasons, he's only had 7 picks a season. And he's only 3 away, and we still got 14 more games to go. That's just not going to cut it. And if Miles Sanders and his offensive line can run the ball like they were doing today, you got to get that ball into Miles' hands. For one, Doug has got to run some more bootlegs. He's got to get Carson into some open space. Goff ran a bootleg 5 or 6 times today, and every single time he ran it, it was a first down, except like once. I think like they stopped him on one bootleg. But still, Goff would boot, come out, and the whole field is just right in front of his face. It's open. There's no pressure in his face, and the decision is right there in front of him for him to make, right there to the tight end, or right there to the back, out the backfield, because our defense couldn't cover. I mean, seriously, it's going to take a lot of mental toughness. It's going to take a lot of testicular fortitude for this team to dig themselves out of this 0-2 hole, especially after Dallas did what they did today. Thank you, Atlanta. Thank you for being inept. All right? Thank you for being the chokers that we've known you to be. You gave it up to Brady in the Super Bowl, and you just gave it up to Dallas today. You just... You going to pick it up? You going to pick it up? All right, well, let Dallas pick it up then. And you lost the game. Scoring all them damn points for what? So now Dallas has a win. That's momentum for them. We're 0-2. We're 0-2. It's going to take a lot for this team. And it's going to have to start immediately. I believe the next game is against San Francisco. I could be wrong, but I believe it is. And even going against San Francisco, they just lost Jimmy G, they lost Bosa, they lost Solomon Thomas, and they lost Mostert. Now, I don't know if all 4 of them are going to be out for the game against us, but hopefully, because we could use every advantage we could get at this moment, just to make sure that we can keep ourselves within this division race. Because if we lose next week, 0-3, season's over, y'all. If we start 0-3, season's over. Because I don't believe we got that type of magic in us. We used all our magic up in 2017. So now we got to get back to the basics. We got to get back to the nitty gritty. All right, we got to grind. And I don't know if this team is going to be capable of doing it. But I'm still an Eagles fan for life. So I'm still going to bleed green. I'm still going to watch the game. And whether they win or lose, I'm still going to be here. But with that being said, I'm about to end this video because I don't even want to talk about the Eagles no more. I need to go chill somewhere. I need to go enjoy myself. Make myself happy. All right? See y'all next time I make a video.